Hey, what's up, everybody? These are just my response to some of the wrestling news I've heard over the past few days, not the past week. First of all, let's talk about what's going on with TNA. Apparently, the major news coming out of TNA is the fact that their champion, Jeff Hardy, is going to plead guilty in a few weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, I guess, of all the against all the charges that are filed against him. Now the question is, what does this do for TNA? Well, here's the question. Here's the question. Is Jeff Hardy going to do jail time, or is TNA going to bail his ass out again? Let me explain. We all know that TNA, either Hogan and Bischoff together, or one of them individually, or Dixie Carter herself, have been finding ways to postpone Jeff Hardy's arrangements, his court dates. All because they don't want Jeff Hardy to go behind bars and give them a bad image just yet. So, here's 2 ways I see it happening. One, they are going to get the TNA title off Jeff Hardy in time for him to probably spend the next year or so in jail, maybe a few months, knowing how TNA is. They're going to want to get him out of there as soon as possible. Either that, or they're going to try to make a deal where Jeff Hardy is maybe put on house arrest, probation, and maybe does community service or something like that. I don't know. It's going to be one of those 2 ways. I just feel it. So, and if I know TNA and they want to keep Jeff Hardy as the champion because, he's a big name and he's over with the fans no matter if you boo him or cheer him, then, they might try to get, like I said, the latter of the two, and that's the community service, house arrest, and the probation. That might be the only way. The other news out of TNA is the fact that Taylor Wilde has quit. And I say that and I kind of do this because I don't really think Taylor Wilde has quit because they put apostrophes on there. I think maybe she's just gone from the company right now until, they have something for her, or she's going to be brought back in some kind of storyline or something. I don't know. But honestly, I don't think she has quit. And if she has quit, then I think in a way it's a huge loss for TNA. Maybe not as big as some people think, but honestly, I think it's a huge loss because they could have gave her another run at the TNA title. The same goes for Hamada. They shouldn't have released her. She could have been built up as the next big thing for the Knockouts division. But I can understand that they want to make room for the likes of Mickie James and Tara and Sarita and the Beautiful People and Madison. So, I can understand that, and whoever else they bring in. So, honestly, we'll just see what happens from there. As far as the WWE goes, the 2 major stories coming out of WWE this week, well, first of all is, we have John Cena injured, but apparently it doesn't seem like it's that bad. Apparently he's had a hip injury, maybe a leg injury, but it doesn't look like it's as bad as people think, because he's being evaluated day by day. He's being taken off house shows and being replaced by the Big Show. And according to one of the sources I read from NoDQ.com and a few others, the injury doesn't look as bad as people reported it to be, and it doesn't look like John Cena is going to miss any time at all. So that sounds pretty. So I guess if you're a Cena fan, that's a little bit of good news, a little bit of relief news for you. And honestly, I think what they're going to do is, like I said, they're going to go with just keeping him off house shows and probably just primarily until he's fully healed, to do house shows or fully ready to do house shows again. They're just going to have him on Raw and on the pay-per-views. So that'll work out even better for them, because if you think about it, the biggest pay rates, the biggest paydays come from the television and pay-per-views. So there you go. The other news coming out of WWE is the fact that they have signed Amazing Kong / Awesome Kong to the roster. I think this is a great move. I just hope that they don't, if they do like a season 5 of NXT and it's another Divas division, another Divas edition, or it's a mixture of superstars and divas, I just hope they don't put her on there. Because, you know, she's been highly recommended by, of all people, Stone Cold. So, hopefully they don't do that to her like they did with Isis, the Amazon. Hopefully they just bring her right up to the main roster. If I'm WWE, what I do is I debuted her in the Royal Rumble match. I have her come up probably in the mid or later portion of the Rumble and literally have her just shock the world and come in and just eliminate some of the male wrestlers and till finally maybe somebody like the Big Show eliminates her. So yeah, but I definitely see her as a force in the knockout, in the Divas division, I should say. I can definitely see her having some great matches with Beth Phoenix and Natalya. I can see her probably being brought in at first as maybe as a bodyguard and enforcer for the beautiful people, not the beautiful people, but for LayCool. LayCool, I can see that. Maybe they'll bring her in as being an enemy of everybody. Maybe she just doesn't want no friends. Maybe she'll just beat up on people. So, you know, that could work. But the way I look at it, I think they're gonna. If I know WWE, and I honestly don't really know how WWE works that much, but from what I've read and seen what they've done with other divas and knockouts that are like her, I think what they're going to do is they're going to split her time between the Divas division and probably put her in some intergender matches maybe against the male wrestlers. And if she's got to face the Divas, like say LayCool or something like that, they're going to put her in some specialty matches. So at least someone like Michelle or Layla could have a chance against her. But to me, this is an awesome signing, a great signing for WWE. Let's just hope they do it right. They don't mess things up with her. And as far as the other WWE news coming out, WWE apparently has some tentative plans already in the works, matches already in the works for Wrestlemania. The 3 matches that I know of that I've read, you know, from numerous sources, No DQ, Wrestling News World, PWI Torch. Apparently the news going around there is the fact that the 3 matches that they got planned, they want to work towards and make happen, are Undertaker and Wade Barrett, possibly. And if not, if Undertaker's not 100%, maybe Undertaker and Kane against Nexus. Randy Orton and CM Punk, I guess that's going to take place after the CM Punk Cena feud. And then John Cena and The Miz for the WWE Championship. Those are the ones I'm looking at. And to me, you know, Randy Orton and CM Punk could be a good match, you know, at WrestleMania. And especially if it involves Nexus, you know, ganging up on Orton or making his life a living hell. Undertaker and Wade Barrett I could definitely see going, because if Punk's got to face Randy, then somebody out of Nexus, if Wade Barrett is part of Nexus at that time, let's say Wade Barrett is, you know, comes out and admits that, you know, Punk's the higher power they've been answering to, then, you know, someone's got to face the Undertaker and pay the price. So we'll see what happens there. But that should be a good one. And John Cena and The Miz for the WWE Championship. This kind of tells me that John Cena may win the Royal Rumble. Because if you think about it, he's gone through hell over the past year. So what better way to help him really redeem himself and really come into the light, make a huge comeback out of that, than to have him win the Rumble for the 2nd time in his career. I see that happening, because if they got him facing The Miz, then that's definitely going to be, you know, that's definitely who will be scheduled to win. So, and as far as The Miz being in the plans of defending the title at WrestleMania, it shows me that they have a lot of confidence in The Miz, that they like how much he's improved. I mean, when you think about it, 2 years ago, Miz was in a dark match for the WWE Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 25. This past year, he was in the opening match at WrestleMania for the tag titles, and now it seems in the tentative plans and the plans they want to go forward with, he's going to be in one of the main events, if not the main event, for the WWE Championship. So it looks like WWE has a lot of stock and a lot of confidence, and really, you know, really looks at Miz Miz is somebody that's really upped his game and has improved his in-ring skills and mic skills. So I guess they're rewarding him with possibly being in the last match at WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens there. And as far as the Royal Rumble goes, like I said, I know John Cena may win if he's being put into the main event against Miz, into the WWE Championship against Miz. And the final four I see in the Rumble will be John Cena, Wade Barrett, Randy Orton, and possibly the returning Triple H. And then the last two, if you want to look at the final six, that would be with them, CM Punk, and possibly Sheamus. So the final four that I mentioned are right there, and Sheamus and CM Punk to join them in the final six. So those are just my thoughts on some of the news I've heard and my opinions. That's just my thoughts in response to some of the wrestling news I've heard this week. Tell me what you guys think, and I hope you all have a good and safe New Year's Eve, and I'll talk to you all later. God bless, take care, I'm out.